Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Sharon's drastic last resort, Seduce's chance as cover-up crumbles. The Young and the Restless, Y and R. Spoilers reveal that Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, may eventually have to lean into her romantic history with Chance Chancellor Connor Floyd. Chance and Sharon's fling didn't last very long since she ultimately set him free, but she could still use old feelings to her advantage, or at least try to. Sharon already offered some reminders about her past romance with Chance when he first questioned her about Heather Stevens' veil bloom. It's clear that Sharon is willing to be quite manipulative in her current mental state. That trend will continue as this storyline moves along, so we have to consider what Sharon might do once her cover-up starts to crumble. You can bet Sharon will spin out and do whatever she can to prevent her own arrest. Sharon has been working hard to reunite with Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, and put their family back together, but she might have to put those goals aside once things spiral out of control. Perhaps Sharon will take a break from her attempts to win Nick over and focus on seducing Chance instead. Sharon might hope that if she reignites some passionate desires for Chance and gets him longing for her again, it'll work to her advantage. Sharon would surely be willing to hit the sheets with Chance if it meant keeping her freedom. It seems like Sharon would cross just about any line at this point, so she might try to get Chance in bed and manipulate his emotions. Sharon might view that as the best way to cloud Chance's judgment and get him thinking she couldn't possibly have done anything to harm Heather. It could also botch the case if the lead detective slept with someone who's poised to become the top suspect down the road. Daniel may be who the cops are concentrating on right now, but Sharon will get her turn in a negative spotlight. Of course, just because Sharon might try to seduce Chance doesn't mean he'll surrender to temptation. Chance might stay loyal to Summer Newman, Allison Lanier, and become even more convinced that he's on the right track by taking a closer look at Sharon. Nevertheless, our I and our predictions hint that Sharon will make some bold moves to remain a free woman, so we'll bring you updates on any Chance seduction plots that might play out. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Chance will get some stunning news as Heather's case heats up, so don't miss all the escalating drama. Sharon Newman has always been a woman of deep emotion and quiet strength, but the past few months have pushed her to the brink. Genoa City, once a place of love, drama, and complicated relationships, has now become a minefield of secrets and betrayal for her. As everything begins to unravel, Sharon is forced to make a drastic move, one that will not only test her moral compass, but could alter the course of her life forever. For weeks now, Sharon has been on edge. The secret she's been hiding, the one that could destroy not only her reputation but her family, is inching closer to the surface. She never imagined she would be tangled in something so dangerous, but her loyalty to those she loves blinded her. Ray's death, though tragic and ruled an accident, left unanswered questions. And now Chance Chancellor, the one man who could unravel everything, is circling closer. Every day, Sharon wakes up knowing that she is walking a razor-thin line between keeping her life intact and watching it fall apart. Chance has always been someone Sharon could count on. His stoic, honorable demeanor made him the perfect person to confide in when life became overwhelming. But now, as he continues to investigate cases that hit far too close to home, Sharon can feel the noose tightening. The cover-up she's been a part of is crumbling, and Chance, with his relentless pursuit of justice, is unknowingly the biggest threat to her carefully constructed facade. At first, Sharon thought she could manage the situation. She's been through worse, hasn't she? She's faced down mental health crises, lost the loves of her life, and survived every scandal Genoa City threw her way. But this time feels different. The stakes are higher. The lies are thicker. And now, with Chance asking more and more questions, Sharon knows she's running out of options. The breaking point comes one late afternoon at Crimson Lights. Sharon is behind the counter, her hands trembling as she makes a cappuccino, her mind swirling with half-formed plans to divert Chance's attention from the investigation. The door swings open, and in walks Chance, his eyes scanning the room before landing on her. His presence, normally comforting, now sends a jolt of fear through her. "Hey, Sharon," Chance says, leaning against the counter with that familiar, easygoing smile. But Sharon knows better. There's a storm brewing beneath the surface. He's not here for coffee. He's here to dig. "Hey, Chance," she replies, forcing a smile that feels brittle. "What brings you by?" Chance's eyes, though warm, are focused. "Just checking in. Wanted to see how you've been holding up. You know, with everything." Sharon can feel the weight of his words. With everything. It's a simple phrase, but it carries so much meaning. Ray's death, the investigation, the lies that are beginning to crack like glass under pressure. I'm doing okay," Sharon lies, her voice wavering slightly. "Just taking it day by day." But Chance isn't buying it. His gaze lingers on her, assessing, analyzing. He's always been a good cop, but now he's becoming a problem, her problem. That night, Sharon sits in the darkened living room of the cottage, her mind racing. If Chance keeps digging, it's only a matter of time before he finds out the truth. And the truth is something she cannot afford to let see the light of day. Desperation claws at her. She's out of moves, or is she? An idea forms, one that makes her stomach churn with guilt and shame. But she's out of time, out of options, and out of her depth. If she can't stop Chance with words, maybe she can stop him with something else, something that has always worked in the past when it came to complicated men. The next day, Sharon finds herself at the police station, her heart pounding as she walks through the doors. She knows what she has to do, but that doesn't make it any easier. She spots Chance at his desk, engrossed in paperwork, his brow furrowed in concentration. For a moment, Sharon hesitates. Is she really about to do this? She swallows her doubt and forces herself to move forward. "Chance," she says softly, her voice carrying a note of vulnerability that she knows will draw him in. Chance looks up, surprised to see her there. "Sharon, everything okay?" I just needed to talk to someone," she replies, her voice shaky. "I've been feeling so alone since Ray, since everything." Chance's expression softens. He's always had a protective streak, especially when it comes to people he cares about. And despite everything, Sharon knows that Chance cares about her. "You're not alone," he says, standing up and walking toward her. "You know I'm here for you, right?" Sharon nods, tears welling up in her eyes. It's not entirely an act. Her emotions are real, her desperation palpable. "I don't know how much longer I can hold it together," she admits, letting her voice break. It's too much." Chance steps closer, his hand gently resting on her arm. "Sharon, if there's something you need to tell me." She cuts him off by wrapping her arms around him, pulling him into an embrace that lingers just a moment too long. She feels the tension in his body, the hesitation, but he doesn't pull away. He's too compassionate, too decent, to leave her when she's vulnerable. And Sharon knows how to play that to her advantage. As she pulls back, she looks up at him through tear-filled eyes, her lips trembling. "I don't want to be alone tonight, Chance," she whispers, her voice thick with emotion. Chance is silent for a long moment, his internal conflict written all over his face. He knows something's wrong, that Sharon is hiding more than just grief. But in this moment, all he sees is a woman in pain, a woman he wants to protect. "Sharon," he begins, but she silences him by pressing her lips to his. The kiss is brief, hesitant, but it's enough to shift the dynamic. Sharon knows she's crossed a line, and there's no turning back now. If she can keep Chance close, keep him distracted, maybe, just maybe, she can buy herself enough time to figure out her next move. But even as she pulls him into another kiss, Sharon knows that this is only a temporary solution. The cover-up is crumbling, and sooner or later, everything will come crashing down around her.